No, don't do that. You gotta keep things professional. We're gonna review this movie, Stardust. I watched the first half of it 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And then the DVD wouldn't play, so we cleaned it tonight and we watched the second half. And I think it's better that we watched it half and half because we were really tired the other night and we're tired tonight.
It's a very long movie. It is a really long movie.
It's a good flick.
It is. I like it. It's a fun movie. It's one I like.
And as I said to Yvonne while I watched it, Claire Danes is an interesting actress. First off, she can't do a British accent at all. And at points in this movie, she stops trying. The British accent disappears for about half the movie, and then magically it's back, and then it's gone again.
Right.
But Claire Danes has this ability to make a man fall in love with her watching her on the screen. And that's impressive. She's not Hollywood beautiful. She's not this voluptuous, beautiful woman. But there's something about her, and this movie encapsulated that for me. Sort of the first time I've thought that watching her since Romeo and Juliet. Although she was cool in Terminator 3, but that was totally... I'm the only person who likes Terminator 3. So, you seen Terminator 3?
I don't know if I have.
It's a girl Terminator. She's...
Oh, no.
Yeah, alright. It's not a very popular Terminator. That's why they're making a new Terminator, and it's going to follow part 2. They're going to forget part 3, and the other ones even happened. I don't necessarily blame them, but anyways... no, Stardust is about a rock wall that separates humanity from insanity, and guys decide they're going to take a run at the wall, and pregnancy happens, and then you take a run at the wall, and love happens. So, take a run at the wall, guys. Well, that's our review. Right?
Shannon.
There's a number of cameos in this movie. Ricky Gervais is always Ricky Gervais.
Yes, he is.
He's always the nervous, strange, oddball. He was kind of fun in this.
Yep, that's why I knew as soon. I was like, oh, you'll like this part.
Yeah, because Ricky Gervais. Robert De Niro.
He's fun.
He's fun, and yet I'm confused at parts of it.
What were you confused about?
Well, when his crew's like, yeah, we know, and it's like, but they didn't play it, and then...
Yes, but did you notice the whole time when the crew was playing along, there was always that one guy who was just like, I can't believe we have to do this.
Yeah, but I thought he was the only one that was in on it.
No, they all knew.
The way that it was being presented, it looked like he was the only one that knew that his captain was gay. So...
No, and they all knew that what's his name?
David Bowie?
No,
The Prince?
That'd be awesome if David Bowie was there.
The Prince?
No. The boy.
Oh, Tristan.
Tristan, there you go. They all knew that Tristan was the same kid that was on there just a little bit ago, and that, yeah, they all knew.
Okay. So, a less simplified version of the plot. Guy goes across the wall into this magical realm, meets this beautiful girl who decides to have a little fun with him, and 9 months later a baby shows up at his door. They don't really explain how the baby gets transported across the wall. It's just there.
No, the baby was left at the wall.
Yeah, with his name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's just weird because somebody had to reach through and grab it and whatever. The idea being that these realms were meant to be kept apart, and this wall keeps them apart. Nobody ever fixes the hole in the wall.
Right.
It's not a very tall wall either.
No, but I don't think it's just a little stone wall.
But they never really get into that, though.
No, but...
Michelle Pfeiffer plays a witch in this. She's gorgeous. She's the evil Michelle Pfeiffer. There's two ways Michelle Pfeiffer plays a role. Either as the sympathetic, nice person, or Catwoman. And in this one, she's Catwoman. She's Catwoman without the claws and with witch powers. It's basically, you'd have to watch Catwoman to see it, but she plays it, and it's a lot like her character in Dark Shadows. It's just a little bit more evil than Dark Shadows character she plays. But it's very, very similar. It's still Michelle Pfeiffer. And other cameos, I don't know, I think there were others. The brothers were weird though. So the idea is there's this gemstone, and if you possess it and it turns red, you become the king of this realm, and
You're the heir.
you're the guy, and so all these brothers are just randomly killing each other.
They're not randomly killing each other.
But it's just baffling to me because it's like there's not enough of a setup for me with that part that their deaths pay off. It's just sort of silly and kind of dumb. And I'm like, I don't really care that these guys are killing each other. Can we get back to what happened? Because when this stone is sent into the sky, it causes a star to fall out of the sky, and the star is Claire Danes. And baby dude that got left at the wall 18 years later decides to cross the wall again because the wall guard's really bad at his job, and crosses the wall and he ends up with the star. And that's the end.
That's not the end.
It's kind of.
No.
There's some weird witchcraft stuff. It's kind of there's a nice pirates vibe to the pirates. Pirate movie vibe with the pirates. There's a lot of sort of never-ending story sort of bits to it. Feels kind of like never-ending story, and then there's kind of this really happy ending that gets tacked on that left me scratching my head and going, wait, where's this? How? So now everything's... Wait, how? How?
There are some questions at the end, I think.
Because the idea is that this star, if you cut her heart out, you're forever
if you
young.
if you have the heart of
And
the
the
star.
idea that she just, at the end of everything, yay, I'm thinking, but wouldn't people still be trying to kill her?
That was always my thought. That everybody's just like, well, she's our queen now. We can't kill her.
Wouldn't people still be trying to kill her, like, every day?
Right. That was kind of what
she'd
I
need,
thought
like,
as
massive
well.
secret service.
Right.
Because those weren't the only witches.
Right.
And there's got to be other witches that want to get young, and if you cut the heart out of a star, I don't know who came up with this. It's dark. There's a lot of dark elements to this movie. There's a lot of murdering.
And I told you that.
And they use the part with the
beginning.
guy where he gets his throat slit. They make the blood blue instead of red to avoid an R rating. That was to keep it at PG-13, but that's why it's PG-13.
Well, I told you that.
And then there's all the naked
before.
stuff
You
too.
You saw the
Like
the
none
rating. I said, oh, well, a lot of people die in this movie.
none of the naked stuff is naked on screen, but it's suggested and it's kind of weird. And then when the one prince is talking about himself while he's naked, and
That was funny. That's funny.
It's weird though,
because he's a prince and he thinks he's just like the greatest ever.
because it's kind of presented as a family movie in parts, and then it's not in other parts. Yeah, she hasn't seen the pirate movie. She needs to see the pirate movie.
The pirate movie.
The pirate movie. It's fantastic.
Is it called the pirate movie?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of pirate movies.
But it was released in 1980. It's got I want to say Christopher Aiken. He was a heartthrob in the late 70s, early 80s. And he goes into this magical realm and he's a pirate, and but then he finds out he's a prince and he wants to marry this woman, but because he was born on February 29th.
Oh yes.
He's only 7 years old,
right.
or 5 years old, because there's only been 5 leap years, and it's really, really smart and it's really funny, and this movie kind of reminded me of that, and I haven't been reminded of the pirate movie in a long time. The pirate movie was a movie I watched when I was a little kid, and I was like, I hope I fall in love like that someday, and this kind of felt like that. The Tristan, Yvonne.
He calls
You're
her
radiant
Yvonne.
like a star too.
He calls her Yvonne
You're
once
all
at the beginning,
blonde
and she
and
says,
radiant.
She corrects him. It's not Yvonne, it's Yvain.
If I cut your heart out, will I be young forever? I don't know. I think it sounds romantic. Doesn't it?
I think it sounds gross and messy.
Okay.
And probably a little painful.
She's probably right.
Hearts are gross.
They are. And
Any gut meat's
the
pretty
part
nasty.
that kind of put me off, there was only one thing that kind of put me off, was the other witches. I honestly think in this movie you could have just had the Michelle Pfeiffer witch and not had the other two. Because when they're gutting animals to read their animal parts, I thought that was
silly.
I thought it
And
was.
this.
I thought it was weird, creepy. It wasn't necessarily, and it was blood free. And I'm like, wait, no.
I think it's to add silliness to it.
But if you're gonna add silliness, then make it like some dust thing or magic 8 ball or some bubble boil in trouble. Don't have them just grabbing a ferret and slicing it in half and then, oh look, entrails. This is what the entrails tell me. What? That was the only part of the movie that I'm like, what? How did like some human centipede crap get into this? Like how did that garbage get in there? We will never be reviewing those movies. I hate those movies. They're awful and they should never have been made. They're inhuman, they're wrong, they're vile, they're insensitive, and this movie's much better than that.
Oh good, I'm glad.
It's better than Human Centipede. I think that might be the most
glowing
rating. It is a glowing rave review. Scale of 1 to 10. Where do you put this movie?
I really like this movie, so I'd probably give it an 8.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
It's a fun movie.
I'll agree with that. Because Claire Danes, despite her weird accent that disappears and reappears and disappears again, she makes it watchable. The guy who played Tristan, I'm not sure. I know I've seen him probably in other things. He's watchable. Robert De Niro kind of went over the top with the gay in this in parts.
But it's funny.
It is, but
it's supposed to.
It's really cliche in parts. Like it's like, oh, it's almost cringeworthy in parts. It's fine. It's funny, but there are cringeworthy moments. You know the cringeworthy moments.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I think they took it like, okay, you're gonna be a gay pirate, and then they went, you're gonna be the gayest pirate ever, and I think they may have pushed that boundary a little bit. Just a tad.
Well, but he's not just gay.
And that pirate ship is huge.
Yes.
Like it's bigger than it is on the outside. I think it's a TARDIS.
Once the prince gets to the captain's quarters, he just keeps going and going, and
like it is huge.
To the captain.
It's the TARDIS.
He has the biggest walk-in closet. That walk-in closet's like as big as our bedroom, at least.
I know. I'm just saying, like that's the thing. Like the ship isn't portrayed as being that big from the outside, and then Prince on the inside's running around for 20 minutes to get to him. I was surprised there wasn't like elevators and escalators, and alligators and hornets' nests and a couple strip clubs on the way down. He's got to prove his manliness. I don't get. It's weird. It's weird. But again, I agree with you on the 8 rating. I think 8 is fine. I think that's a good place for it. And yeah, it is fun. It is Danesworthy.
What?
There's it joins what is a very small portion. Again, it's sort of like when you're watching a movie, and to me, Claire Danes is the perfect example of this. And it's a woman you wouldn't think anything of necessarily in a movie, but you just fall for that character.
Okay.
You've had I'm sure male characters like that in movies, where you don't think necessarily the actor's all that hot or sexy or all that, but because of the way they portray the character.
Oh yes.
It's like when you met me. You didn't think I was hot and sexy, but because I seem to be relatively good with kids and I like cats, you put up with me. It's sort of like that. I think so.
Oh, Shannon.
Yes, dear. Good movie though. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I'm sorry if I spoiled it for people who haven't seen it, but it's been out for over 10 years and I'd never heard of it until it was mentioned in the comments here, and then she said she had it. So I'm like, all right, well, of course she does.
When it was mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, that movie. We do need to watch that movie. I love that movie. It's fun.
It's the second Yvonne movie we've watched. So there you go. The difference between the movies that I get her to watch, the movies she gets me to watch,
the movies I pick aren't stupid.
My movies will give children nightmares and will terrify people. Her movies aren't quite like that.
And they don't have random rebars. Did you notice
But
there was no rebar in this movie. None.
But there's randomness in here.
Yes, but no rebar. None.
There's almost no payoff to the fact that he's a good swordsman in that scene that they set up at the beginning with Humphrey. There's almost no payoff to that, really.
What?
Okay, so Humphrey, bests him in front of Sienna Miller, who's also always radiant. Just want to say Jude Law was an idiot. Sienna Miller's radiant, and he's trying to win over the love of this girl that he barely knows, and she couldn't give two shits about him. And so he's bested by her boyfriend, I guess.
Betrothed.
Anyways,
Betrothed.
But he bests him, and then when he's learning to sword fight from Robert De Niro, I thought, okay, this is going to circle back to the start. He'll take the way I thought it was going to go was the star would come with him. He'd show the star to Victoria. He would best Humphrey in a battle of fencing. They'd have fencing swords, not real swords. And then,
but he didn't have a fencing sword.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for the movie's sake, he'd have a fencing sword because it just happened to be there. Just some random coincidence. And he doesn't really want to kill Humphrey. He just wants to knock him down and make him look bad in front of Victoria, Sienna Miller, who's always radiant. But, it never paid off. He takes a sword out and Humphrey goes, whatever. And it's like, really? You have this build-up for over an hour of this movie. I was waiting for this fight. I was like, I want to see what happens here.
But that whole scene didn't play out at all like what you thought, because there was like 5 minutes there that you were going, wait, what? What? No. What? Because it wasn't going like what you thought it was going to do.
I was concerned. I was concerned that Tristan...
He can't do that.
...was a giant prick. Is what I was concerned with during those 5 minutes of the movie.
Not quite the word you used, but yes.
I used some colorful language. Which shows I was into the movie.
I know.
It shows I was enjoying the movie. But again...
You notice I just sat here and...
I know, you kept patting my leg. But for me, again, he never bested Humphrey. That whole thing was set up...
But no.
...that they were rivals, and there was never any payoff.
So... But it worked like that because it showed some of Humphrey's character.
He didn't really have any.
He wasn't fighting for Victoria either. Neither of them fought for her. They didn't actually fight for her. Neither one of them cared that much.
But it's Sienna Miller. Don't roll your eyes. It's Sienna Miller.
I don't care. Did you see how she behaved? What guy would want to be with her?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, you put Sienna Miller on a dating site, you ever be the biggest you-know-what on the planet, and guys are still going to be lining up around the block for her.
Yeah, because... but they'd only want to be with her for like a half hour, and then, okay, that's enough of that.
I don't know if a half an hour would do it. It's Sienna Miller.
But still,
she was Baroness in G.I. Joe over there. You haven't watched with me yet.
But that would drive any man crazy.
Eventually.
Exactly.
But it can take a while.
Both of those guys had been around her for quite a while. They're getting to know her personality. Neither one of them wanted to fight for her.
Yeah, but he was willing to go and grab a star for her.
Yeah, and then he realized the kind of person she was.
Because he got Claire Danes.
Yvonne helped him realize
he was Claire Danes.
And Humphrey kind of got it. He's his own kind of awesome.
Well, because of the hint he's gay at the end.
Mm-hmm.
That she loses out on both.
Right.
Leaving her single for the rest of us. Yes.
No.
Sienna Miller's still single.
She wasn't, though. She was with Humphrey.
Yeah.
But they would have been miserable.
He was doing the little eyes. Yeah.
Right. So she was with Humphrey, but Humphrey and her weren't very good.
Well, no, because if you're with a guy who's gay, it's not going to end very well.
Well,
And just I'm not gay.
oh, are you sure?
Pretty darn sure. How many times have I talked about girls today?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so lucky that you're understanding about this, or at least you pretend to be, because most women would punch me in the face. It's actually kind of awesome that you don't. And you're so cute.
It's awesome I don't punch you in the face.
It is. It's nice. Every day I give thanks that you don't punch me in the face.
You're welcome.
There you go. You kidding me? I've been with women that just the way I was looking at Sienna Miller in that movie would have slapped me.
It's not like you were ogling her or something.
No, it's really, there's no women that really...
How would you watch a movie without looking at them?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. There,
Okay.
you know, not throwing stones here, but there have been times where, depending on the woman I'm with, if a really attractive woman's on the TV, I will find a reason to look in another direction because I don't want to get caught looking at the attractive woman on television.
It would make it really difficult to watch a movie, though.
Depends on the movie. I mean, if you're watching Shawshank, you're good.
That's a good
Green
movie.
Mile, you're fine.
Well, so
Schindler's List, you're fine for the most part.
So movies that are all men.
Exactly.
Well, which is the majority of movies.
Yeah.
But
If it's a schlong lineup, you're good. But as soon as there's no schlong, then there's a problem, and you got to look the other way.
I can watch all the men, though, right?
Yeah, no, that's fine because
Okay.
women are different from men.
Perfect.
Women can be trusted. Men, not so much.
Gotcha.
Because you know, I'm
Thanks.
gonna jump through the television screen at some point,
Well, yeah.
and Claire Danes is gonna be like, "I've always wanted a hockey guy. Get over here," and there you go.
I know. It's because you're so cute.
Because Claire Danes totally would go for a hockey guy.
I know, right?
See, and it's funny because I've never watched the show The Americans, which she's been on. I think it's 5 years or whatever, and you know I've seen scenes from it. But in certain movies, actually, she's, you know what? I shouldn't call it the Claire Danes effect. It's the Buttercup effect. Robin Wright has that too. Robin Wright in House of Cards, couldn't care less. But when she's Buttercup in Princess Bride, I am in love. I am right there with Wesley. Totally get it. Some actresses are able to do that. They're like, all right, I got to make men fall in love with me. And done. And Robin Wright has that ability. Not so much in Forrest Gump, though. That movie was a piece of crap. Oh, Forrest Gump sucks.
Oh, Shannon.
It's awful. This movie was good. Forrest Gump was awful. And I think people really need to come to terms with just how awful Forrest Gump is. Look what we could do with CGI. Look where Forrest is now. It should have been an Ernest movie.
No.
Yes.
No.
Take all those scenes with Forrest in it, run Ernest, run, and I'm
No.
telling you, you've got an Ernest movie.
No.
Yes.
No.
He just happens to end up in all these historical moments. All that was missing was, hey, Vern, look what I'm doing
Oh,
up here with
gosh,
the
yeah,
president.
No.
And it's Ernest Gump.
No.
Yes. We could make that movie.
No.
Yes.
No, because Ernest is really annoying.
But I can be Ernest and you can be Vern.
I have Ernest Saves Christmas.
No.
If you wanted to watch that next.
No. No. I'm kidding. No.
I'm only half kidding.
I would rather stick razor blades in my eyes. And I really don't want to do that.
Are you sure?
I don't like Ernest. I'm just saying
No,
Ernest Gump
I-
would work. Because Forrest Gump is stupid.
No.
Life is like a box of chocolates. What the hell does that mean? Never know what you're going to get. You do if you read the damn box. They always put the stupid... There's no such thing as a box of chocolates that doesn't tell you what kind of chocolates are in there. That's stupid.
Yes, they do.
Not good ones.
Yeah. What if it's like the one that we got at Rogers Chocolates, where we were able to just, and I'd like one of all of
We
them.
pick them out.
Yes, but there's no label.
But
When we
then,
get home,
then
we
you know
don't
they're
remember.
good. You know they're good. You know you're not going to get
They're
some snot.
chocolates. Of course they're good.
Oh, tell that to the makers of Black Magic. Get one of those stupid nut cluster crap things with just the chocolate over styrofoam. Ugh.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And then you get that strawberry. My mother and I, we used to fight over like 3 flavors of Black Magic, and then we would just throw the rest of the box away. Be half of it full of chocolate because we wouldn't eat it. We'd fight over the maraschino cherries. We'd
Then
fight over
why
the
did
caramels.
you buy them?
We didn't buy them. We got them for Christmas.
Oh.
It was as popular as Christmas cake. And then at some point, the makers of chocolates got smart and they made ones that were just maraschino cherries, which were fantastic. So the whole life is like a box of chocolates. Forrest Gump can go to hell. So Stardust. Good movie. 8 out of 10 from both of us. And Forrest Gump can go to hell. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. What?
Nothing.
You fell in love with me. Don't get all snippy with me about falling in love with me.
Snippy? What?
See? There's the snippy.
Shannon.
See?
You're such a troublemaker.
But you love me.
You're lucky.
You're my star. You're all shiny and glowy.
Glowy?
Glowy.
Glowy?
Glowy.
I'm not glowy.
Yes, you are.
Might be pale, but that's different.
Not pale.
I even look on the screen.
You look great.
Pale.
You look fantastic.
Thanks.
I look orange.
It's because you're wearing Islanders.
Because you love this jersey so much.
No, I don't. I must say, out of the Islanders jerseys, it's not quite as bad because the Islander logo's one of, if not the worst.
See, and they got the
NHL
four
logo.
stripes here for the 4 Stanley Cups.
I know, I get it.
And get her and see 4 Stanley Cups. See, it's smart. See how clever that is?
Super clever.
It's clever. And it's
Super
all shiny
duper.
because it's futuristic.
Yeah, I don't like those, but
It's all futuristic and crap.
whatever.
And the futuristic neckline is very similar to the one they wear now at the Adidas.
Yeah, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense.
Just like Forrest Gump. See how I turn that around?
See, they can't even see your neckline, though, because we've got the mic in there. Yeah, see? It's
Well, I've got the mic so it's in between
silliness.
us. See?
Yeah, it's silly. Silly neckline.
Nice.
Storky.
It's nice.
No.
It's okay.
Don't pat my head, Shannon.
It's my star. And you guys are stars for watching. Thanks for watching. Tell me how stupid Forrest Gump is in the comment section below. If you don't think it's stupid, I apologize, but
No, you don't.
I do think it's a terrible movie. Stardust was a good movie, 8 out of 10. Watch it. And thanks for the recommendation. And we will continue. So if you have recommendations for other movies I should watch that she likely has, think of that family crap stuff. She's probably got it.
Family.
Disney.
I do have a lot of, I have
Disney
a lot
she's
of
got.
Disney.
Christmas she's got.
I got a
So
lot
just
of
think about
Christmas.
that kind of crap, and she's got it. Hey, if it's horror crap, I've got it.
Yeah, you do.
There you go.
Rebar.
It's nothing wrong with rebar.
It's stupid.
Rebar can come in handy in a fight. If Jason Voorhees
Yeah,
comes
good
at
thing
me, I have
it's in the
rebar.
kitchen.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Right by my machete in my kitchen. For all the weeds and branches I need to
You
chop
never
up.
know what's going to happen. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Stupid line. Piece of crap. Run, Forrest, run. It's funnier in Fight Club. It's much funnier. Everything's funnier in Fight Club.
Oh, shit.
We need to watch Fight Club.
Holy crap, this is a half hour. Half hour of rambling.
All right. Night, everybody.